Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. In this video we are going to talk about one of the powerful features of JavaScript, which is destructuring. So in destructuring we look forward to extract values from either an object or an array and assigning them to a variable in a very clean and concise way. So if you are new to JavaScript or you are looking forward to sharpen your skills in JavaScript, this is a video for you. So over here, I have VS Code open and I'm going to use Node, and I've installed a package called NodeMon, which I'm going to use it to run our code. Well, with the arrays, let's start with something like, let's say you have an array of numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. What you can do is that we can extract these numbers by having to define the positions of where the values are. So let's say if you want the first position, you can say first, and then second, and then third, and then you extract it from the numbers array. So if you write console.log numbers first, let us start the run the script. So you can do NodeMon index.js like that, and then we have one here, which is the first number, which is this one. Also, we can also print out the second. Then we have the second number here. Right. Another way of using destructuring is we can also do, let's say if you want to write a function that returns an array of multiplication or an array of some value. So let's say const sum, let's say sum and multiply. So which is a function. This is an ES6 arrow function, so we can say return an array of this will take some parameters, let's say a and b. So we can do multiply a by b, let's add a plus b and then a times b. So if you run the sum and multiply function, I've used to pass in parameters of 2 and 4, and then 2 and 4. We can then also assign it to, let's say, result here. To run the result of the function, we can get the multiplication. Addition is the 6. And then the multiplication is the 8. So what we can also do is that we can extract these values from the result by saying that we can bring in, which is an array, so we use square brackets and then multiply like multiply like that. So if we print out the sum, we get 6, and then we print out multiply, we get 8. So usually when you are trying to get the values from an array, you either have to do it by the position that they are in. So let's say if you want to get the first position, you can do also log numbers and then the first position, which is 0, which is 1, and then second position, which is 1. But when you compare this with simply having to write first, we can tell that this is a much more cleaner way of writing your code than having to write it this way. Another way of having to use the destructuring is that we can then, let's say we want to get the first number and then take out the first number in the array and then print out the rest. So we can say const. Let's clean this, so we can say const first, and then we use the spread operator for the rest, and we can say numbers. So we console.log rest, that prints out all the numbers except the first one. All right. Okay, so another let's move to objects then. So with regards to objects, let's say you have an object of user with the name of, let's say, Kofi Ahin, and then the email with Kofi Ahin at gmail.com. This is not my actual email. And then we have we have the address, which is an object, let's say with a street of, let's say, some street name, and then let's use city to be, let's say, London. All right, so we can print out the user. Let's print out the user. Then we have this and this. We have the name, email, and address. So if we'd want to extract the name from the user object, we can say, instead of using square bracket, we are using curly bracket, and then we are using name, and then which will be user. So if we console.log the name, we have the name, and also let's extract the email and then address. So we can print out the name, email, and then the address like that. All right, so that gives us these values here. As well, we can also break down the address and have the street, and then we have the city. So when we come in here, we can then print out the street like that, and then we can have the city as well. Like that. Okay, another way where the Destructuring really shines is when we want to use something like a function. So let's just say something like print user, which will take a user object, and then we have the console.log of user. So if we print user of the user, we get the name, email, and then the address. But let's just say in here we can say something like console.log name is user.name and email is user.email, like that. If we print that, we can see his name is, we get the value, name is Kofi Ahin, email is kofiahin@gmail.com. Right, but then with the using destructuring, we know that we are getting name. We can pass the values of name, email, and that, and instead of having to use the dot notation for the user, we can only bring in the name, and then we can bring in the email like that, and then wait. We get the same thing. Also, we can also pass default values in here. Let's say age, and then we can say that if we set the default value to no age added, like that, and then when we say and is age old, can see that we have the no age added. But then if we pass the age value in here, where if we pass in the age value in here, let's just say 20. I'm not 20 years, by the way. Yeah, we get the name is Kofi Ahin, email, and email is, and is years old. All right. So basically, this is more about destructuring and how we actually use destructuring. But another issue that most of the time you can run into is to having to rename values. So let's say in here we have the name, email, and then the address being extracted from the user object. So we can rename the name value to, let's say, first name, like that. So if we print out first name, we get that. But if we try to print out name value, we get an error. All right. So basically, where this shine is that, let's say we have another object where, let's say, person also is the name of some person name, and then email, let's say some at gmail.com. So when we try to, let's just say we are trying to extract the name and then the email. So when we try to extract the name from, let's say, the person object, so we can say, let's say, name email equals to person, we get an error because this name has already been extracted from the user object. So what we can then do is that we can rename this to person name, and then we can say person email, like that. So we then do not have the errors. So let's do log one index.js. Oh, why are we getting this error? Person. If I can only spell. All right, so then we can then print out person name, like that. What? Person name, like that. All right, and that gives us some person name. All right, so basically this is all about destructuring and how we can use destructuring in our code in a very clean and concise way. So if you enjoyed this video and you'd want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and then don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye.